Hey, what's up, too? YouTube? It's your boy Wayne Games here, and today I have for you Shaddoll deck profile that went undefeated. Uh, while I was hopping locals, overall, like this deck, I changed a lot of it. My matchups were 2-0, Zodiac Eldritch, Dragoon, I believe. Then it was 2-1 Fluffles against my boy Chris. It was 2-0 Cyber Dragons and 2-1 Dinos. I was just gonna have two draws, but we rolled it out and then we played it till one of us had a winner because it was 200 feet at the end against the Dino player. But overall, let's just get straight into the deck profile. Let's just big changes, guys. Of course, we're still playing 3 Wendy. Wendy is the heart and soul of your monster count of fashion special summon from the deck face down and face up, and a different name for Epcalone. I'm playing 2 Squamata now. Squamata was good, but sometimes I did miss the third. But when you get to add it back and then send something again, Squamata is one of those cards where you don't want to see it in your hand, but you don't want to see too much of it. So I think 2 is fine. Then we have 2 Aerial. The second Aerial won me the match against the Dino player. Aerial banishing both conductors and just him cutting his aggressive strategies. Stopping him to a halt was good, and Ariel just allowed me to banish a lot of Zodiacs. And from my one other one playing Beast, Beast was good, just cycling cards, and I just got to have so many extenders, and Beast was always good. Dragon was good as well, but I didn't go against much back row matchups, so I never really found a good use for him, so I ended up signing him out sometimes. Because I don't want to see the worst Shaddoll name in my hand. They're playing 1 Hedgehog. Hedgehog was good going against the Zoo Eldritch player. Dragoon, because it searched me the second Shaddoll fusion that I needed to out the Dragoon and play around all these extenders and his interruptions. 1 Falco. This is the MVP of the day. Just allowing me to. I would have lost so many games if I didn't use Falco's effect to bring something back, and I have a loop with him and Red Shaddoll Incarnation and bring it back. So overall, I love this card. For starter, I play 1 Mathematician. I was playing 2 last time, but I think 1 is fine. I didn't see it when I needed it to. I already had enough game. But just Mathematician training on all your Shaddoll names is pretty good. Just having fodder for your other cards. You have 1 Ecclesia. I did go back to the Matica package. I saw a lot of people not having protection out. So Ecclesia is one of those cards where normal or special you get an effect anyways. And I did a cool play with I used this earlier in the duel, and I made Celine bring back and search punishment, so Celine became my Rhoda. So there's always good niche interactions that you want to play with this. That's it for the monster count. Again, no hand traps. I wanted to play straight gas, and you don't have a problem going second because you just could set 5 and pass. And then you'll tip up off your opponent, so no gas, always good. We're playing 3 Super Poly. This was great. Using Super Polymerization to send away the Dragoon and one of my monsters as well, to go for Mud Dragon or a Construct. I did this to out the Tyranno, sending this and a Shaddoll monster, made Construct, and then got pluses off of that. So Super Poly came in clutch a lot of times, but against a Fluffa player, I did take it out. I did not see a use for it. For fusion spells, are playing 2 Shaddoll Fusion. I saw people were playing more of a Dragon Link, so the Shaddoll Fusions they're searchable, so you don't need to play like max 3 of them. You're always gonna end up drawing 1 in your hand. You have Schism, which is an inherent fusion spell, so you can always dump them and add them back. And then this became the key to outing the Dragoon, and this also gives you more extenders as well, so you get to search it with Hedgehog. I was playing 2L. L came in clutch, just going for game and making sure that my cards cannot be targeted by moving them to the graveyard. And I'm planning on just taking one out, playing a third Ice Dragon's Prison once I do have it, because sometimes this is your worst enemy when you don't have enough names, because it doesn't send or banish, so you need effects. That's it for the spells. For the traps, you'll see a ton of. I'm playing through Trap Trick now. This was honestly one of the best cards, allowing me to search anything I needed, get going. Sometimes I would have to wait a few turns before I can start getting going, but this turns out. This searches Sinister Shadow Games. Sinister Shadow Games is one of your best starters of the entire deck, and this was just one of the best ways. Also, my opponent activates Harpy's Featherduster. I have Awakening the Dragon, then I banish my other Awakening to Summon Awakening, sending Falco and Bortle Sword for free. And honestly, you could just not ask for more than that. Just keeping me in the game against Dinos. Then we're playing 3 Torrential. This is a reactionary trap if my opponent starts getting out of hand. And it just sends everything, nukes everything. But if I wanted it more of a manual thing, then I can go for Needle Sealing. But Torrential will do it. It's really good. Then we're playing 3 Sinister Shadow Games. Sinister Shadow Games is one of the best starters for Shaddolls, as like I said. And not having a once per turn effect just made the Dino player just think a lot. And just overall helped me get started in so many plays. You can send Wendy during your opponent's end phase. Set Hedgehog or whatever you need. Wendy just got me more names, and then set and then activate their effects during their next turn. Now I'm playing 3 Punishment, mixed match rarities, of course, to establish dominance over your opponent. Punishment just helped me just extend so well. I had an option where I activated during my own turn, so I could pop and then go for game. So Punishment is just one of those cards where I did side out against a Dino player, but I did keep in for other niche matchups. Then we're playing 2 Ice Dragon's Prison. Again, I'll be playing 3 from going forward. This card just helps us so much. Banishing cards that my opponent needs. And I did a good bluff, bringing back my opponent's Verta Anaconda. He wasted a pop on the Verta Anaconda, but then I remembered him that Ice Dragon's Prison brings the monster back with the effects negated. So it was a good bluff, and I outed an interruption. Then we're playing 3 Strike. Again, it ends Chain Links. I don't want to keep on wasting resources and making sure that I have... I will be playing a lot with my life points, but when you're Shaddolls, you want to control the game as much as possible. Also negate summons too. So if you make them go over Verta Anaconda, send Red Eyes Fusion for cost, then you strike it, then you got the Red Eyes Fusion out of their deck, so no more Dragoon unless they're playing multiple. That's always nice. And then for the Shaddoll traps, I'm playing 2 Reincarnation. I'm playing Trap Trick now, so this is searchable. An endless loop with Falco and Reincarnation just was so good. Bringing him back, effect, bringing something back. So I blocked 4 attacks with this, and it just helps me a lot so well. And then I'm playing 1 Schism. You do not need more than 1 unless you're like very mistake prone. So I think Schism is one of those cards that helped me stay in the game longer, and just enhanced my ability to outgrind my opponent, and just honestly won me the game against the Dino player with 70 out window. That's it for the main deck. 40 cards. We all love to see that. For the extra, I am playing in Bortle Sword. Again, why you ask if I'm playing Selene, why I play Bortle Sword. Bortle Sword is one of those cards where it does more damage on an open game state. So I think that Bortle Sword is one of those cards where you can clear boards a lot easier. Also can't be destroyed by battle, so it makes it hard for your opponent to out. And you can always rely on this to keep you in the game. I'm playing 1 Selene. I got Selene there now. Selene was one of those cards where it gave me enough extenders. My opponent helps me a lot with the spells, and then I punished them for playing the game. So Selene was always great, just recovering my monsters and bringing back Construct to go for other plays. The MVP of the extra deck, honestly, is Rare Anaconda. Sending Sword Poly, sending El Shaddoll fusions, like, just makes it so much easier for my opponent and always demands an answer because they will be thinking I'm playing Dragoon. And with Dragoon, it's always a big problem for decks to out. So, Rare Anaconda is always a monster that demands answers. I'm playing one Cross Shape. This demanded an answer as well, just bringing stuff back, going for Bold Sword very quick. Sometimes with Cross Shape I did want to go for game, but sometimes I just played it just so I can have some more recovery. Phoenix, again, I didn't play a good back row matchup, but if I did, I would be going for this most of the time. But sometimes I had to deal with Dragoon instead. And I might be taking this out and just try to play through interruptions instead of having to pop them and waste resources from my hand. That's why I don't play hand traps in the main deck. So I think Phoenix is one of those cards I might be taking out in the future. I'll play one Artemis for the Link 1s. I didn't really make it, but if it did, it came up sometimes. And just a free Link 1. It's always nice. We're playing one Guardian Controller. Guardian Controller won me 2 games when it needed the most. I beat the Dino player, I beat the Zoology player, and the Sour Dragon player as well. Just with Guardian Controller, allowing me to stay in the game. And this card demands an answer as well. For the fusion monsters, I'm playing 3 Construct. The third one didn't come up, but it's going to come up. And Construct is one of those cards where it'll give you an advantage no matter how you play it. Sending and adding, really good. Then I'm playing 2 Abclone. The 2 came up. But I do believe that Abclone is one of those cards that you really need to understand. And it was really good because I made Abclone negate himself sometimes. And then they were trying to make sure that they were like impermanent or something like that. So his effects are negated already. So it always brings a big answer for your opponents to deal with. Then I'm playing 2 Winda. I never really made it aside from the Dino player because I just controlled the game and sometimes ended up going for the OTK. Once I knew I had 2 fusion spells and some monsters that I can go around. But Winda is one of those cards where if you don't do anything about it, it will hose you down. If not, then you will be hosed down. And then a really good card as well was Mud Dragon. Again, Mud Dragon was one of those cards that just helped us a lot dealing with Dragoon, dealing with monsters that we can't out by sending Super Poly with Rare Anaconda. And my opponent tries to book a moon it, but they said yes to the fact to make it a light. And that is one of those ways to make sure that Construct doesn't get impermanence or book a moon. So that's it for the extra deck. Off for the side, the only matchup I'm really playing is Nibiru. I never sided against this because there was no need for it. My opponent can summon Dragoon on the 4th summon. My opponent could summon Nova. I don't want to send Nova to get him a free fusion summon. And then they go for Infinity. And the Cyber Dragon player, Fluffles can replay it, but they made me go first. So I didn't want to keep this and have a way of not breaking the board. And the Dino player, Misk is a problem. I read Misk. So Nibiru doesn't really come up. I might be taking it out in the near future. For back row, hey, I'm playing 3 Cosmics and the 1 Heartbeat Vedaster. Cosmics is the 1-for-1, but I might be taking it out and playing Heavy Storm Dusters, and Heartbeat Vedaster is just a good one of. Saki, but one of. Then we're playing the 3 Needle Ceiling. If I wanted a more of a manual approach to my game, I would be playing Needle Ceiling and taking out Torrential. Because you can play this during the battle phase with Dinos and not Torrential. So Needle Ceiling just saved me so many times. And popping the token as well and their other Dinos at the same time made it so they couldn't get most of the effects and save it with Lost World. And we're playing Through Awakening. I might be cutting this to 2, but man, the 3rd did come up. Just bringing out anything I really wanted. And Awakening just opened up so many possibilities, bringing something from the deck. I brought out Falco with the deck, just making sure I didn't die. So Awakening is just one of the best cards. And I'm playing 2 Judgment. I did see the 2 against the Dino player because he was playing Mystic Mine, and this I cut my life points down to 200 and then cut it again to 100 just to save myself and made sure that I had a game. But guys, that's it for the deck profile. Let me know down below what you guys think, and I'll be sharing this with you guys later. Comment down below what other decks you want me to see. Do you guys want to see my blogs come back again? Bob, like, share, and subscribe. Join the Discord that's in the description below. And we'll be seeing you guys in the next one.